Okay, good evening, good evening. This is Paul from the Money Mob. This is the Money Mob Black Business Podcast. For those of you who don't know about the Money Mob is a crowdfunding, crowd purchase movement that supports collective and group economics to support Black business. We support Black business by doing what is called our Money Mob. That is a literally crowd mobbing a business, and usually it's about making sure that everyone goes to a business, spend £10 per person, and making sure that our people are aware of that business and what they do and what they all are saying. So that's what we do as the Money Mob. We also have a media arm, of which this is a part of it, and we are there to interview business leaders and hear their story and really get inspiration in regards to what they're doing and tips in regards to us running our own business. So that's what we do. I'm actually in a space called Impact Brixton, which is a Black-owned, conscious-driven space, literally in the heart of Brixton. It offers businesses a registering address. If you want to use an office space here, there's also hot desking, event spaces, as well as meeting rooms, as well as podcasting areas for those who are into podcasting, in which I am a part of, and a lot more. Believe it's a massive, beautiful place. Now, over the next few years, they're looking to really support thousands of people in regards to businesses and to impact the broader community using their space and networking, and also free educational programs and events. Now, if that is something that really appeals to you, please, contact Impact Brixton. And if you, make them know that it's myself, you give me my name, you will get a 20% discount in regards to being a member of Impact Brixton. So with that, I want to introduce this beautiful young lady. I met her, it must have been about 3-4 years ago in Brixton at an event. I read one of her introduction books, I believe, Pearls of, it's a long time now, Pearls of Business?
Business Pearls, yes, that's right.
I remember reading the book, but it must have been about 4 years ago, and I read the book one night. It must have been about 2 o'clock, from cover to cover one time. Very, wow. Very serious book. Very, very serious book. Now let me introduce our sister, Sharon McLean. Good evening.
Good evening, Paul. It's lovely to be on Money Mob today. So it's lovely to see you.
It's good. It's lovely to see you too, sis. So how are you doing?
Yes, I'm doing well. Family's well. We're living in some serious times, changing times, indeed, unprecedented times, a time that we never expected. Exactly. But we're getting through.
Indeed. So please let our audience know exactly, what you do.
Right, so my name's Sharon McLean. So my business that I run is called Business with Excellence. I started my business in 2002. And the reason I started my business was that I have 4 children. And after I had my second child, I used to work in finance and marketing. And I realized I was just going to work to pay nursery fees and childcare fees. That was my whole salary. And I thought, this can't continue. I need to do something that I enjoy doing and not feeling that I'm just running around from head to toe and not having enough time for myself. Exactly. So after I had my second daughter, I went and decided to have a year off and look at all my skills and my talents. And I realized with my degree being in business, I thought I need to help people set up in business. And I was seeing a lot of people like myself in professional backgrounds, working at companies, having children, and then not able to go back to work full time due to childcare issues. So I decided to set my business up and start helping people make that transition from work into business. But it wasn't easy, because at work, particularly if you work for a large organization, you are the director and you have assistants, you have secretaries, you have a cleaner, you have a computer person. But when you're running your own business, you have to be doing all that yourself to start off with. So I decided to just start running some little courses to help people make that transition. So that's how I started my business in 2002, and helping people develop their ideas and also link them with other businesses.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. And as I said, we alluded to the circumstances and the conditions. I mean, how is your business doing at this particular time?
So my business at this particular time, it's been 18 years, and normally every year in business, I have a business celebration where I gather business owners together, we celebrate together, we promote each other's products and services. But this year, obviously due to the lockdown, I wasn't able to do that. So what I did do, I've taken a lot of my business training and mentoring online. So instead of meeting my clients face to face, I meet with them on a mentoring session one-to-one via Zoom or Skype or even WhatsApp. And then my seminars, they've all come online as well. So I've been able to support people in their businesses through this time. But some of my seminars that I've written over this period of time is more supporting people emotionally, helping them build up their confidence, and just helping them work through what other skills they have to do other businesses. Because some of the businesses, unfortunately, have either stopped or reduced in income. I'm also a counsellor, and what I found is some of my clients who I work with face to face, they weren't happy to come online. So in my counselling business, I lost 50% of clients, but in my business mentoring business, I gained another 50% because a lot of people were wanting to start home-based businesses. So I've been helping them put plans in actions to use their skills.
Okay. Oh, that sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
So, so the inspiration, and what was your inspiration? I think you kind of alluded to it already, and it was about you just having time to for yourself. I mean, just expand on that a little.
Yeah, so my inspiration behind my business, I've always loved business. So even as a young child growing up, I've always loved business. I've always loved the idea of having either a product or a service, serving people in the best way, and then getting an income from it. And I must admit, my first inspiration came from my dad, because when my dad came over to the UK, he didn't realise he was running a business. He worked at the Royal Mail, but he was buying properties and renting them out. Okay. So that was his little business, and I saw how that aided income and that helped us as a family. You know, he supported us through our university. He supported us financially in different things, and I thought, he's just doing that on the side. He didn't have a business plan or anything. He just had that potential to say, let me do this and do this for my family. So he did that for quite a number of years before he then retired back to Jamaica. So I'd say that has been my inspiration, seeing the entrepreneurship of my dad has influenced me in my business as well.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. And what is, you know, the general philosophy behind, you know, business with excellence?
So business with excellence, the general philosophy, I love to work with passion, and I love to work with startups and growing businesses. But if you came to me and you said you had 6 business ideas, that would get me going, because I'd work with you, I'd look at the feasibility of it, and then would look at how you can market that business and where you can get the best income. But also I'd look at what are you really passionate about, and wherever your passion is, can that be set up with systems so that you can run a sustainable business? The philosophy behind my business is always to help you develop your idea and then link you with other businesses, because we need each other. So hence I offer the business mentoring, the training, and also the networking, because we can all learn from each other. And I provide a supportive and confidential space for people to share their business concerns and get the support that they need.
Okay. So one of the things I want to, in fact, this is a double barrel question. I want to ask you, I mean, what do you think are the common mistakes that we in business make? You know, if you could give us, just allude to us, maybe a few mistakes that we kind of commonly make.
Yeah, so one of the common mistakes I've seen with some of the business owners where I've written programs to support them, One of them is lack of planning. So they might say to me, you know, I want to make X amount of pounds in this amount of time. And I'll say to them, there's nothing wrong with that, but what is your plan? So let's break this down. How many customers are you thinking of getting? How much money have you got? And if you haven't got the money, where are you going to get the money from? Some people come to me and they say, oh, I've got a website. And I say to them, that's good, you've got a website, but who are the customers that you're attracting? So sometimes the common mistakes is that sometimes we do things back to front. We have the passion, especially creative people, they might make things, but they don't consider how they're going to sell it or who the customers are. So where I come in is I don't want to dampen that creativity or passion because that's their business, but where I come in is where I help them to put the systems in place. So that's one common mistake. Another common mistake is not reading paperwork properly. So I've had a lot of business owners where they say, right, I'm going to get a shop, and they open up this shop with all their products and services, and just one clause in the lease has locked them in for, say, 5 years that they can't get out of. Or they've signed a contract and an agreement which they didn't understand. So again, those sort of things are little mistakes that we can make in our businesses. And then another common mistake is not doing your research, where you just go out and say, I'm going to just try it anyway. Nothing wrong with that, because I call that test marketing. But there has to be a point where you say, these are the people that I actually want to serve, and there's enough demand for me to get an income. Because there comes a point where you can't just keep selling to your family and friends.
Indeed.
You've got to have an audience who will be willing to buy your products and services. And there's a big enough audience out there. We're in a big world and there's a lot of people out there. So you can try new markets, try new countries. And the beauty now of going online is that you can expand. I mean, I did a seminar a couple of weeks ago and I had people on the call from the States. Now, if I had a personal event, they wouldn't travel all the way from the States to come to my event in Croydon. But the fact now that I'm online, it's opened up to a wider audience. That's what I encourage people to do, is look at different types of audience, look at different types of groups that you can work with. You might start off working with women, then you might say, okay, I'm going to tailor my products or service to men. You might work with a particular age group or a particular disability. I wrote a program for autistic people and also people with dyslexia in how to set up a business. So that was a particular group I was working with. And then another time I ran a business program just for carers. So I looked at how they can free up maybe 2 to 3 hours a week while they're caring for their loved ones to run a business from home. And quite a lot of them made a lot of money out of it. They were making things from home and selling it on the internet without having to be going out. So there's lots of different things people can do in terms of using their skills and their talents to get an income.
Okay, fantastic. So, all right, so the other half of this question is this. You have been running your business for about 18 years. What would you say are the main tips that you would say, especially when you're now actually starting your business, what you should consider?
So the main tips when you're starting your business?
Indeed.
Yeah, so the main tips I would say, the first thing, if you're not passionate about what you're doing, don't do it. So that's tip number one. You've got to have passion. What gets you out of bed in the morning, whether you get paid or not, because that will drive you in your business, because business is up and down. When I first started my business, I went to the council to try and get contracts. No one was interested. And I could have said, right, I'm not carrying on. But what I did, I made my own contracts. I ran my own courses. Every Saturday, I'd find myself in a community centre running finance and budgeting courses, business startup courses. And I did that consistently for a couple of years. And when they saw that I was serious, then they were happy to fund my projects and bring other people into it and pay me for the service. So the first thing I would say, you've got to have passion. You've got to have drive and determination. The next thing is that you have to have some type of system in place. So just like people get up on a daily basis, they might work a 9 to 5 job. Just because you're running your own business, yes, you're your own boss and you can do what you want, but have some type of system in place. What days am I going to use all my skills in my business? So because I do training, 60% of my time in the week, I make sure I'm offering that service. So 3 days out of a week, I'll either be mentoring, training, or supporting. The other days, I'll be doing admin, Marketing is important, so keeping people up to date with what you're doing, and things like your finance, because finance in running your business, sometimes people say, oh, I hate figures, but basically your figures are important because it shows you how you're doing profit wise, it shows you what you're spending your money on. So on a weekly basis, you should be taking time to look at your records, put your records in some sort of systematic format. And now there's so many online platforms that you can do that as well. Okay. So that's another tip that I would give.
Right, beautiful. That sounds fantastic. Now, one thing I now want to ask you is this, right? What would Sharon 18 years ago do differently to what Sharon would do now?
Okay, so 18 years ago, what would I have done differently? I think I would have taken every opportunity. I'm the sort of person who...
We're sticking a little bit there. I don't know what's happened. I wonder what's happening here. We have lost you slightly, Sharon. Don't know what's happened there. Hopefully we'll get you back again and real soon. Very important in business to actually. All right, I think we're there again. All right, we got you again.
Oh, yes, so I'm back again.
Cool. Yes. So what would Sharon 18 years ago? What would you do slightly differently than you do than now?
So differently, what would I do differently? So I would have taken more risk, I think. Now I'm in a stage where any opportunity that comes my way within my business philosophy, I'm open to taking that risk. I think when I first started, I was a little bit hesitant, not knowing how people would perceive you, and also having a young family at the time. I was offered things maybe like abroad or in another area, which is not close to my home. And sometimes I would turn those opportunities down because my children were younger. But now I think I would have taken more risks, which I am doing now, and looking out for more opportunities.
All right, that sounds fantastic. So now going down to things later on, is that I want to ask you, what's the plans for the future? What's the plans for the future for Business with Excellence? What's your plans for the future?
Right, so my plans for the future. So as I said, I'm a business mentor and a trainer, and I'm also a counsellor, and I'm also a supervisor. I supervise counsellors. So what my plan is for Business with Excellence going forward is to amalgamate all my skills into my business. So I'm redesigning my website to offer the business services, the counselling services, and the supervision services. And now my plan for the future is to get all my products and services online so that I can reach out to a wider market. I love interacting with people, so I'll still have all my live courses online where people can see me, and then I'll have courses that people can purchase where they can do in their own time with videos and workbooks and different things like that. And also as a counsellor, I'm also just started with all the racism that's been going on. I've helped set up a group where we're exploring systematic racism within organisations. So that's what I'll be spending a bit of time on, and I might even write some courses around that to help businesses identify that and just bring awareness of how we can celebrate diversity and inclusion and have that as an arm within my business as well.
Oh, wow, fantastic. And and on top of that, are there any other things that you're going to be currently doing that you can let us know about?
Yes, so once September comes, I'll be launching all my online courses. So for those of you who want to start a business, I've just well, next week will be the last week. I've been running a business online Zoom cafe throughout the summer
Oh,
to
okay.
get people ready for business. So normally we meet up for coffee, but we've done it on Zoom. So they've brought their coffee and we've done it over Zoom, where we've talked
Yeah,
about money, we've talked about business planning. We've encouraged them just to go forward in their businesses. And I've used it more as a question and answer tool. So moving forward, I'll be offering a lot more courses online. So from September, I'll be rebranding my website and offering my courses online. So literally every week there'll be something for someone to learn, but not only to learn, but they'll have the support, go away and be able to put into practice what they've learned and come back and show what they've learned. I'll also be doing some online events so people can have an opportunity to promote their businesses online and also showcase. So what I was doing within the hotels and the libraries, they'll be able to do that online as well.
Okay. Fantastic. And your book, do you have any, well, first of all, yeah.
Business Pearls.
That's
Here
why
it
I want
is.
to
Yeah.
know about Business Pearls. And where can we get it?
Yeah, so Business Pearls, you can get it on Amazon. So if you just type in Business Pearls, Sharon McLean, it's 42 life and business quotes to help you in your life and in your business journey. And after each pearl, which have been born out of my life's journey, which I've written, there's a memoir explaining the story behind it. And then after each pearl, there's an action point for you to follow.
Okay.
And then at the end of the chapters, you will then have some templates on how you can reflect on your business and some guidance of how you can put some systems in place. So just to give you an idea, the pearls that are in here, we've got pearls for starting your business, pearls for growing, engaging with customers, remaining positive, innovation, authenticity, and reflection exercises. And the reason I wrote this book is because a lot of people are coming to my seminars feeling motivated. Then 3 or 4 months down, I realized they weren't as motivated. And I said, well, how can I get me in their house? And what I said, I have to write a book. So I said, anytime you're feeling down or demotivated, pick up this book and take a pearl that you can focus on. And like some people would say, oh, I don't think I'm a leader. So like pearl number 18 is great leaders are ordinary people who walk in front. So say, for example, they weren't feeling great about themselves, they'd open up the pearl and they'd read that. Great leaders are ordinary people who walk in front. And they'll realize, well, I'm a leader because I'm an ordinary person, but what I've got to do is get up and start walking. So these pearls encourage you to move and to take action. And that's why I wrote the book, just to encourage people. And it's in such a friendly format. I had feedback from a dyslexic person who doesn't normally read books, and she was saying that she keeps the book on her bedside, and anytime she wants to go to it, she just opens it for pearls of inspiration. So that's what I wanted the book to do.
Absolutely. And I'm as a fellow dyslexic chap. I mean, as I said, I was surprised. As I said, I picked it up and I read it right through, cover to cover. Lovely. Yeah.
Excellent.
So do you have any plans for any other books?
Yes, I'm in the process of writing another book. I like working with women, and I've worked in a women's group within my church. So I'm going to be writing a 12-month encouragement book for women, and it will deal with different issues that women go through in life. So I'm hoping to have that out by the end of the year.
Wow, fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, Sharon, we're near enough now at the last segment of the podcast, and this segment is the money mob question. And Sharon, I wanted to ask you, if you were given one wish in regards to the Black community, what would that one wish be?
My one wish for the Black community is to use every available opportunity. And the reason I say that is because I'm of Jamaican descent, and most Black people or money mob in your group that I've seen for the Black community, they are very creative, whether that's with their hands or with their minds. And for some reason, sometimes we don't use our full potential. I see excellence all around us. And what I want to encourage the Black community is to use every opportunity that you have. And also, I want to say, if I was going to give an extra tip, there is a power in unity. Unity, when you come together with like-minded people and you support one another, there is such a power in unity. And I've seen that even within my business when I've been working. I mean, if you see some of the creativity that comes out of just the way they do things, the colors, the exuberance, I want you all to use that exuberance, use that opportunity, take risks, just go for it. Don't let anything hold you back. And again, it brings me back to our parents when they came over from other countries and they had so much hostility, but they pushed through. We've got something in our DNA that causes us to push through. So we've got to push through and get to where we want to get to. Don't let anything hold you back. That's what I would say. Use every available opportunity.
I like that. Yeah, that's very much the entrepreneur spirit.
Yes.
So, okay, so Sharon, please let our audience know, where can we get a hold of you? What's your contact details? And so on and so forth.
Yes, so if you want to email me, you can email me at info@businesswithexcellence.com. I'm on Facebook. I have a business Facebook page called Business with Excellence. I'm also on Twitter, so you can tweet me at Sharon BWE. And I'm also on LinkedIn, and my LinkedIn is Sharon McLean. You won't get me on my website yet because I'm in the process of rebranding it, so I've taken it down, but that will be available September/October with all my new courses and all my new products. So feel free to contact me in any way. And for Business Pearls, my book, it's available on Amazon, and you can also get it as a hard copy, or you can download it from Kindle as well to read on your devices.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. Wow, I mean, Sharon, it has been a real pleasure. I'm having you on the podcast, and said I really wish you all well. And I'm certain we're going to be talking again. You know, I could feel some sort of a workshop kind of happening in the future. So
that would be great.
Very much. So those of you who are watching this, please make sure you share, comment, and subscribe to the Money Mob channel. Definitely you want to watch this particular one. I got a lot of business pearls from our discourse. So make sure you are part and parcel of it. You can you can contact us via Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, Money Mob 101. And if you want to get a hold of us, please send us a line via email, moneymobinfo@gmail.com. And as I said, if you want to contact us via WhatsApp, you can give us a text on 07737080554. You will hopefully you'll see our website come up, and real soon. We're actually in the process of building our website, so you will see details of that real soon. So with that, thank you so much again, Sharon.
That's a pleasure.
And take care.
Thank you, Paul.
We will we'll see you soon.
Definitely, and you keep up the great work as well with the work that you're doing as well.
Well, I try. So
yes.
again, family, Paul from the Money Mob, counting out. All right, good night.